Earlier this week, we spoke with a teacher at Lewis and Clark Middle School in Meridian. A lot of you are talking about this story. She was told to remove 2 posters from her classroom.
Posters meant to foster inclusion for Sarah Ainama's 6th grade students. One listed values in the classroom. The other simply said, "Everyone is welcome here," with hands of various skin tones. You see them right there on your screen. Sarah said she was told by her school principal, though, and West Ada School District personnel to take them down because the posters violate district policy of displaying personal opinions, since not everyone believes these sentiments, apparently. Sarah told us she took them down that day, but a few days later, after feeling so unsettled by it, she put these posters back up. The teacher said everyone is welcome here is not a personal opinion, but rather just the foundation of public education. And taking it down would only validate racist and bigoted views.
Still, the West Ada School District has given this teacher until the end of this year to remove those posters, since she has refused to do so. Sarah shared her story with us on Monday, and since then our inboxes have been flooded with messages from so many of you, hundreds, supporting Sarah. Yet the only thing we have heard from the West Ada School District is a reiteration of their policy without an explanation of how everyone is welcome here is just a personal opinion. And then yesterday, the district put out this, a 2-page letter to its staff. Many of you sent that to us. It was titled, "Ensuring a Consistent and Supportive Learning Environment." And the analogy they chose is, to say the least, interesting, equating West Ada to a well-coached sports team whose success comes from following a structured game plan. The letter says the players can bring their own strengths and personality, but they still have to play within the rules there.
Now, if one of those players, say, wore a different uniform or brought their own ball or just ignored the rules, what kind of game would that be? Unstructured, confusing, imbalanced is what it said. Later then mentioned Marcus Myers, the district's chief academic officer. He's the one who told Mrs. Ainama to remove her posters. It likens Myers to a referee in this sports analogy. He's the one to make sure the established rules are followed, impartially, to ensure a fair and level playing field. It went on to say that Mr. Myers has a lot of experience in this stuff, so he knows how to maintain a balanced and effective educational environment. Letter also said those values should be fostered through connections made in classrooms, not through posters.
However, the letter failed to mention the fact that the district is currently being sued right now for allowing 3 Eagle High School students to be subjected to racial slurs at school. And despite several complaints from the family, their lawsuit claims the district didn't do anything to stop that.
Now, we got an overwhelming number of comments in the last couple of days, nearly all of them extremely supportive of Sarah putting her posters back up, and they came from all over: California, Massachusetts, Alaska, Florida, of course, Idaho, even Canada.
Many of them asking us to get the answers that you want from the West Ada School District. And believe me, we have reached out repeatedly to the school district here at Channel 7, the superintendent, and the school board members. We have been denied and we have been ignored.
But yesterday we got word of someone trying to make something good out of all this. Chris Stewart, after seeing Sarah's story, reached out to a Boise shirt shop, Brigade Screen Printing and Embroidery, and asked them to make some t-shirts.
He took Sarah's poster word for word, even the same font and coloring, including the hands of varying skin tones, and he put it all on a shirt.
Saying everyone's welcome shouldn't be divisive, and I don't look at that as a political thing either. It's not one side or the other. I think if there's one thing that we can all agree on in today's world, it's that everybody should feel safe and everybody should feel inclusive. There's nothing offensive about that at all. My idea was just to get everybody together and show that we are an inclusive place. That's the Idaho I see. It's the Idaho I choose to see every single day. And I knew once the message was put out there, people would gravitate towards it. So the goal is to hopefully have a day where every student or parent can wear the shirts and just let the world know Idaho is an inclusive place. Idaho is welcome. Everybody is welcome here in Idaho.
And there are now more than 800 orders for the shirts this morning, and that number is growing.
Also, look at this. The Wasmuth Center for Human Rights in Boise sending out a huge thank you to well over 70 organizations and growing who joined them to say loud and clear, everyone is welcome here. They said, quote, words alone are not enough. A sign declares our values, but our actions bring them to life. The way we treat our neighbors, the policies we enact, and the small and big choices we make every day must align with our shared commitment to building a community where everyone belongs and everyone thrives. If you are interested in joining that growing list, just contact the Westmouth Center. They'd love to hear from you.